And I keep hinting at Gabe that I also want an advent calendar.
I'm working on it.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am,
Oh,
bruh.
yeah.
What the?
That's the best response to be like, I'm working on it. Like,
You're working on it too.
yeah, but I know you're not working.
I am working. How do you know I'm not working on it?
I just know you're not.
I am.
December's in a couple days from when we're filming this.
Yeah, it's on Friday. December 1st is on Friday. Sue me. Welcome back to So Far So Good, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm Jess.
I'm Gabriel.
And this
Welcome
is it.
back to So
Far So Good.
If you were watching on video, I am putting my gloves on because our heater broke in here. And it's currently, we're recording in 46 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, well, outside it's even colder, but...
Yeah, outside it's in the 30s. In translation?
0.
No.
30s is 0 Celsius.
Yeah, 32 is 0. But like, I think it's at 2 outside right now. 3.
Oh, Celsius? Sorry, I'm just so...
What is... dude, your brain just like didn't work for...
Sorry about that.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're good to podcast right now?
I am good. Now I'm awake. So
what is the answer? We're all waiting.
So what is the question?
How cold is it outside in Celsius? Then how cold is it in here in Celsius?
Okay, so it's 37 outside. Yeah, it's probably like 2 Celsius.
Yeah. And then inside, 46 is probably like 4 Celsius.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah. So
it's really cold.
It's very cold in here. So I'm bundled up.
I am in my So Far So Good merch. If you're watching,
the Christmas
merch.
It's available
Santa
to anyone
sleighs.
and everyone on sofarsogood.co. I have the Marion Bright sweater on that you're not going to be able to see because I put a jacket over it because I'm freezing.
Yeah, Gabe does not do good in the cold, I feel like.
Bruh.
Like I'm pretty chilling right now. Like literally chilling.
No. I do good in the
I'm
cold
cold.
when I'm properly bundled up for it. So like
Yeah.
I'm fine right now. But like I'm also from South Florida.
You're still adjusting, poor thing.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
I need
honey.
all the pity
Yeah.
I can get.
This ep is going to be so chill, literally.
Wow. I see what you did there. Oh, whoops. There we go.
We don't have too much planned. We just want this to be like a real convo. Usually I have more of an outline. Like I really thrive like putting on like a little bit of a producer hat and like having an outline and stuff.
Yes.
But for this, we just want to give a life update, get really honest and real. So I think it'll be good.
I think so too. So what are we talking about?
So, well, let's of course start out with the So Good or No Good.
Yes.
Which it'd be rude not to talk about Formula One.
I feel like whenever we go on a Formula One rant, we bore like 80% of our audience.
Well, we're not going to get technical. Just picture, if you don't like Formula One, just picture your favorite celebrity or your favorite thing in the whole world. Just picture that as we tell the story.
Like if not favorite thing in the whole world, favorite like
entertainment,
like who you admire,
yeah,
in the entertainment sphere, who you watch on TV or YouTube or whatever, and that picture, that. Okay.
So Gabe was originally going to Formula One Vegas.
We did talk about this
on members. I don't know if we talked about this.
We did. Yeah.
In
sure.
full episodes. Gabe got invited. A friend of ours had an extra ticket and he was like, what the heck? I'm going with you. Like, I need to go to Formula One Vegas.
So that was happening. And then a week before the race,
we got a cheeky little email in our inbox.
We got invited.
By Formula One.
Yeah, by Formula One Vegas. Like as influencers to go, and they put us up in a hotel. They gave us tickets to the race, passes, whatever. We got a stipend to like buy some merch and different things like that, and for food and whatnot. And we got a cheeky little gift box.
Oh yeah,
that was epic.
They totally spoiled us. The F1 chocolates.
Oh my gosh, the whole thing. And there was an and it has slipped my mind. What was the and?
And we were going to make content for them.
Oh, yeah, that was it. That we like, we had to, the trade-off, I guess, was like 4 stories a day, tagging the appropriate accounts, hashtag blah, 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 make a reel for them, that sort of stuff. And it was just all I could ever have hoped and dreamed.
But same, which is the biggest plot twist. I'm not going to go on too much about this, but I've watched Formula One with Gabe for a couple years now and I love it. I have like the people that I follow, the teams, like I am a Formula One girly, and I've gone to 2 races already, like I'm already in it. I'm fully in it.
Yeah.
But this trip
bro, this
took it to the next level.
she's been acting like a crazy person since
No, I
we got back.
haven't. I just
A good crazy?
okay, I just love it so much. I don't know what about that trip, because like I've gone to other races before, but this one.
Do you want to know what happened last night?
What?
So last night we're hanging out. Not really hanging out. We're in separate rooms. I go in to check on Jess. She's doing some work after Micaiah went to sleep, just, finishing up some stuff. I walk in and she has her laptop open in front of her, but then right next to her laptop on the desk is her phone that's sitting right there. And it's open and there's some content playing on it. And I just go in to check on her. I look over her shoulder and I just look down at her phone and it's just like Formula One stuff on Instagram that she's just scrolling through. And I'm like, what did we do to my wife?
My algorithm now is starting to become Formula One, which I don't mind at all.
That's all my algorithm really is. But it's just funny that like it's now seeping into your
yes.
World. But okay, let's talk about why though.
Okay. Well, yeah, we need to recap the main bits of the trip.
Okay, so got the invite like a week before the race. So we're like, oh my gosh, we have to find, whatever.
Make all the plans.
Should we talk about your mom coming into town?
Yeah, my parents were planned to come in December 1st for all of Christmas, like all of December.
Yeah.
Something happened in my mom's life where she was able to make some change some plans around and come a couple weeks early. So she literally landed the day before we flew out to Vegas, and it was just such perfect timing for Micaiah to stay with my mom.
Yeah.
And it was also the first time we have both left Micaiah together. Gabe has gone on different trips before, but I've never left her. Mm-hmm. So that was a pretty emotional thing for me to do.
Yeah.
I was really nervous about it, like leading up to it, cried leaving the driveway, and obviously thought about her the whole time. But it was definitely so helpful that the time that I left, she was with my mom. Felt very comfortable with that. Mm-hmm. So we head on to Vegas.
The itinerary is like
vague.
A little vague. Stuff is still being like set up and planned or whatever. But we get to our hotel. Well, okay, first we show up and there's like a driver waiting for us with a sign that has our names on it. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It feels like whenever stuff like that hasn't happened in a really long time, but sometimes when you work with a brand or some sort of thing like this and part of that deal or whatever is a trip, sometimes there'll be a driver waiting for you. They just like book that.
Yeah.
And it feels like
he was waiting at baggage claim and I was just like, ooh, hello.
So that was like a weird like, oh, are we about to be spoiled this weekend? Because that's fancy.
It was totally a spoiled weekend.
Yeah. Then we go, if you know anything about Vegas.
I mean, I didn't.
Well, I don't really either, but what I realized is first we show up to the hotel. It's called the Wynn, but you don't really know, like, I don't know if all Vegas hotels are crazy, whatever. Then we start telling people who are like asking like, oh, what's going on? Blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, we're staying at the Wynn Hotel. And they're like, the Wynn?
Yeah.
The Wynn?
Oh, you're staying at the Wynn.
They're like, okay, fancy people. I'm like, bruh, I don't know. We didn't
book it.
The driver just drove us here. We didn't book it ourselves.
Guys, it was so fancy. The room had an iPad.
Oh, that is so
you
sick.
Can turn the lights on, open the curtains, order room service, put on Do Not Disturb, like for your whole room. It was insane. And if there's one thing to know about me, it's that I love room service. So we got in and...
Jess's ideal vacation is go to a nice hotel and never leave and just order room service every minute of the day.
No, okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration.
Maybe you go for like a walk and then go to like the spa for a little bit, but then most of the day you're in the room ordering room
There's
service.
Just something about getting to the hotel and being like, I need food. Let's order room service. There's just something about it.
To be fair though, once we got there and ordered those burgers.
Oh, it was good. The hash browns for brekkie. Anyway, so it turns out that we were at such a fancy hotel that like so many celebrities and other like influencers were staying at.
Yes. A lot of people were
drivers.
Staying. Yeah, there were drivers staying at the hotel. F1 drivers.
Celebrities.
Who were racing. It was pretty crazy.
McDreamy. Anyone?
We saw him. Grey's Anatomy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy.
I think so. We
Beckhams?
saw some Beckhams.
Beckhams.
Is this weird that we're like name dropping right now?
We're just recapping our experience of living the fangirl life.
Well, one of our favorite drivers walked past us at a cafe. So that was really cool. Some rappers. There was a lot.
Oh yeah.
Of
Was
people.
it Tyga?
Tyga. There was some other people.
Not that I really listened to his music, but we were hanging out with some friends who knew. They're like, oh my gosh, it's Tyga. And I was like, sick.
Sick. Anyway, so it was just such a crazy hotel to be staying at, and I miss it.
Then the craziest part of it all was we were told, so we thought we were just going to have like normal seats the whole weekend in like the main stands that everyone else would be in.
We were stoked.
But we knew that they asked if we wanted to go on a photo safari, which is essentially like they take you to a certain spots on the track where you can take photos like next to the track while cars are driving by and stuff like that. So we were like, okay, sick. We're going to be doing that. Little did we know that attached to that experience was that we would be entering through the VIP area, which takes you back to the paddock. For me to put this in layman's terms, is backstage at your favorite Justin Bieber concert.
Yeah.
And you see Justin Bieber walking by, going from his dressing room to the stage.
Like literally right next to you.
Right in front of you. And you may or may not have fist bumped him. And then you go and get to stand next to the stage and take some photos on one of his songs.
Totally. That's very great analogy.
So that happened for us with Formula One.
And I think that was what tipped me over the edge. Being in that environment with the drivers, with the other like journalists, like presenters and stuff, I did not want to leave.
Bruh, okay. This happened. So Jess has to go pee at one point. She goes into the bathroom and I'm just standing there in the hallway, like waiting for her to come out. And all of a sudden, while I'm waiting, out of the stairwell comes up and out Brad Pitt. Walks right in front of me. Could have touched him. Arm distance like this. He was this far away from me. That's about 3 feet, right? He was like 3 feet in front of me. A meter.
Yeah, a meter.
A bit less than a meter. Walks in front of me, goes that way. And I'm like,
that was Brad Pitt?
That was freaking Brad Pitt.
Also, why was I peeing at that moment? Like, why? Anyway.
We probably wouldn't have seen him if you didn't go pee. Well, I wouldn't have seen him. So
true, very true.
Then a minute later, Usain Bolt comes from the other direction. Just right by me this way.
It was just...
What?
It was such a crazy night.
Within the span of like a minute, I saw both of them just like, oh, he goes that way, boom, that way.
I think the whole night, you and I were just kind of looking at each other like, what are we doing here? Like, this is so crazy.
And then when we're hanging out outside in the paddock area, backstage, we saw Guillermo from Jimmy Kimmel. He was like filming a whole bit. So he was there. Then there was like other actors that we saw and celebrities and stuff. It was pretty crazy.
And drivers, of course.
Oh, yeah. Then the drivers were walking back and forth and stuff. It was wild. It
was so amazing. And I just like thrived in that environment. And I think I've thought about it every day since. And I'm like, how do I get back there again? Not as like a fan, okay? But like, it was such a fun environment that I just loved it so much. Anyway.
Nice.
So
this is why Jess is now a huge fan of Formula One. More so for the backstage hype than anything.
I got like to see, it really felt like we were like a part of Formula One for a night. And it was incredible.
And if you've seen the Netflix show, Drive to Survive, like the areas in the back where they're like interviewing people and all that sort of stuff, that's where we were. Not that Netflix was there. They probably were there, given that it was Vegas.
Yeah, watch out for us on the next season.
But we might be on TV.
But we might be Netflix actors now.
But we might be famous now on Netflix, so watch out.
So that was incredible. Couldn't have asked for a better experience.
Yep.
F1, thank you so much.
I didn't meet Daniel Ricciardo, though.
He tried.
I was, how many feet away from him? 3? 2?
Yeah, 2 maybe.
Close. I was about to like just give him a little fist bump and say, bro, big fan.
Aussie.
Aussie, something like that. But then one of the guys who he was with was like,
yeah, it kind of looked like a security guard blocking.
Or like someone on the team was like not blocking, but he was just like,
he kind of blocked.
He was basically like put his arm out and he's like, now's not the best time.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, respect. I get it.
I know, but he was right there. That would have been so exciting.
I should have just said, don't screw you.
Aussie.
Love you. Aussie.
Aussie.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
So
that's where we are.
That was an insane trip and definitely a highlight of our marriage.
Of our marriage.
I would say. So that was one of the coolest trips that we've ever done.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, marriage.
Like our time together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure. That's just a funny way of putting it.
I stand by it.
Okay. Sick.
Okay, so other than the Formula One trip, how have you been? How have you been feeling?
How have you been feeling?
I've been okay. I think I've been good.
I feel like you've been good.
Yeah.
Have I been good?
I don't think so. I don't think you've been the best.
First of all, how dare you? That's true. I over the past few months, I have gotten a little bit burnt out again.
I think we can be honest and not just say a little bit burnt out.
A lot of it burnt out.
Yeah.
I think it's like accumulation of just all the years of doing social media.
Is this your 10th year? Is next year your 10th year?
10 years was in July.
Yeah.
I've been doing this since I was 18, bro.
I think also like conversations of burnout, you just want to be careful that like we never want to come across ungrateful either.
No, I know.
Because it's like
it's the best job.
The best job, incredibly blessed.
Mm-hmm.
But
just a bit, I don't know, overextended, and I keep doing it to myself, and I'm, I feel like a broken record because if anyone's been following me, me for the past few years,
yeah,
they know that it continues to happen.
Especially towards the end of the year is like a pattern. Every couple of years, you'll get really burnt out at the end of the year. Yeah,
it's literally like every other year.
Yeah.
It feels like. Yeah, I don't know. We don't necessarily know like what the answer is to it all. We're trying to, we actually haven't recorded, like we've had weekly episodes out, but we actually haven't recorded anything in about a month because we tried to get ahead on recording to give myself like a bit of a buffer of time to take somewhat of a break, which kind of worked, kind of didn't. It worked for like a week and a half where I was able to be really chill for like a week and a half, but then with traveling for the F1 race that we were just talking about, but then also like Thanksgiving travels and stuff really caused me to have to get other work done in like shorter amounts of time. And then we were traveling, which isn't really like that restful.
I think
so. It was like half and half.
What's interesting is like we pre-recorded so you could take a break, but then somehow that time just gets filled. And I think this is a little bit of a tangent, but you know when like whoever created the dishwasher and they were like, this is going to save so much time.
Yeah.
And I think it's in the Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. Is that where I read it?
Yeah.
They were explaining like, we invented all these things to save time, but then we end up filling that time and we're like more busy than ever as a society.
Yeah. It was something like in the 50s, it was predicted that by today's day and age in like 2020s, it was going to, we were only going to be working 4 hours a week or 4 hours a day.
4 hours a day, I think it was.
4 hours a day and still have the same quality of life because technology would make up for all the lost time. And now we're working like astronomically more than we were working in the 50s because we're just filling up our time with other stuff.
That's a great book if you haven't read it, by the way, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. I haven't fully finished it, but what I've read, and Gabe's finished it.
It's amazing.
It's been amazing. Like, explain what burnout feels like for you.
Oh, wow. What does it feel like for me? Zero motivation to do anything. Like to get myself to actually work on something is like so hard.
Sleepy is what I was thinking.
I'm tired all the time. I can have like 9 hours of sleep a night and then I'm still just exhausted through the day. And it feels like I have depleted my energy bar that's going to take like 8 weeks of like sleeping way more than I would typically need to just like catch up. Yeah, that's like a tough part of it too. Even still, like I'm feeling a bit better recently than I was 3 weeks ago. It's still very hard for me to get out of bed in the morning. And like, I know what being depressed feels like. I don't think I'm there yet. I'm close, but I felt much emotionally worse than I do now, which is good. And this time is much more like work related, I think. Where I've just really burnt myself out, and that's what's causing me to get to this point. So
I think like, cause you have experienced multiple seasons of depression, you now know what the beginning stage looks like. So I think that's why you've been able to identify this burnout before it reaches depression, if that makes sense, because you're like, oh, I recognize this feeling and I know if it gets worse, it's going to lead to this.
Yeah.
So we're just trying, and I'm sure a lot of people listening will be able to relate, like no matter what job you have or like if you're in school or like whatever it is, like we are all so busy and can really easily get burnt out. I don't think people like rest enough, or I don't know. I think that's something that we're talking about is like, okay, in 2024, how do we do this sustainably? And I think we need to be smarter about our times of rest, even like taking a summer vacation, or, something like that, like actually taking a screens off, cameras away break. And I think a lot of people would relate to that too, with how you're feeling.
Yeah, I feel like I need a sabbatical. Like, I don't know, whether it's 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 3 months, I don't know, where I just like, I'm not checking emails. I'm not checking like anything. Like I'm off of social media. It's just been a long time coming, if that makes sense. Like it's been a decade that I've been doing this kind of nonstop. Like the times I've taken breaks are the times I've gotten burnt out and depressed. And it's like I took as much of a break as possible we're still kind of making content during those periods of time to a degree. So I've never fully taken a break, and I've just kind of like recovered to the point of feeling better, not recovering to the point of like full restoration, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think we're putting a Band-Aid on the burnout.
Yeah, so I don't know. We're figuring out what like actually needs to change and how we can sustainably live in this job that seems to burn you out pretty quickly.
Yeah,
burn me out specifically.
Well, there's a lot of creators who have made videos that are like, I'm burnt out, like I need to take a break. And not to belittle how you're feeling or anything, I'm just saying like a lot of creators go through this.
Yeah.
And I think that like there's something to say in that. What I was going to say, I was just Googling, in Australia, we have something called long service leave. I've talked to you about this.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a period of additional paid leave granted to employees who have completed an extended period of service with an employer.
What is extended period of service?
It's like
I know what it means, but like what is the time?
I think it's 7 to 10 years or something like that. Usually it's like around the 10 years is like your long service leave. But I think you can claim it at 7 years. And if you think about it, you're due for your long service leave.
Thanks. Do people end up getting fired from their jobs before long service leave?
That's really interesting. That would be terrible.
That would be the worst. And I'm sure it happens. Like people are like, oh, we can't be paying this person for how many, I'm guessing like 3 months or something.
Yeah. So this says for 10 years, you can get like 8.5 weeks of paid leave.
Dang. That's sick.
Anyway, so you were due for your long service leave, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what that looks like with like being an online creator, but we're trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
And I think it's also helpful to like share where you're at with everyone listening, just like so they know that we're doing good. We're just like trying to figure out how to sustainably do this. And I think also another conversation is there's some dreams that like we're dreaming. Some dreams we're dreaming.
Dreamed a dream of life. Oh, how does it go?
Time gone by.
And jobs and plans from success wasted.
Okay, we don't need to sing.
Na-na-na.
Anyway, I
knew that love would never die. Sorry.
There's some dreams that we've been dreaming up, and we need to figure out how to sustainably balance it all. And like, you know, we're still young, Gabriel. You're only 29. So
bruh, I'm old. I'm almost 30.
Do you know what I mean though? There's some things that we still want to accomplish and try out. And so we need to like figure out, we've been, I don't know, so blessed with this platform and like so much opportunity and like opportunity to make cool creative stuff. So anyway, I don't know if any of this like made sense to anyone. I hope it did, but we just wanted to kind of like share where Gabe's at, and hopefully, I don't know, it like connects with you or.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll keep updates coming as we figure life out.
Yeah.
But so far, so good.
And we're going to try and take the Christmas season a bit slower and just try to give you a little bit of a break.
With that said, we will not have an episode of the podcast on Christmas Eve.
Yes, we will be taking a break.
Yeah, that week is going to be off for us. So
yeah. Speaking of, should we go into our Christmas plans, our holiday plans?
Yes. Jess has the plans dialed.
I love a Christmas season. Okay, let me tell you.
Oh, she does.
So we just had Thanksgiving. When we're recording this, it was last week. We went to Georgia, which was really nice with Gabe's family. But my family will be in town. My mum, dad, and my younger brother will be in town for Christmas. So you know what we're doing?
What are we doing?
We're going to New York City.
New York City was a dream.
That's one of my unreleased songs.
One of Jess's unreleased songs. Wish we never had to leave.
Don't just like spoil it.
That's a little tease for you.
Anyway, we will be taking my mum, dad, and my little brother to New York City for the very first time. And I'm just so excited to see like their reactions because we've been able to go a couple times. It's a city that we both love. And so I've planned some cool things. We're only there for a couple of days, but I'm trying to squeeze in like a lot of the main things.
Yeah.
And you remember just like New York at Christmas is so cozy and dreamy and like decorated and
yeah, it is. There's something about it. It just gives you this vibe of like
most wonderful time of the year.
It's Christmas time in the city.
Gosh.
You can count on me.
Anyway, some of the things that we're going to do, I'm not going to go through our whole itinerary.
Yeah.
But My parents love Seinfeld, and you can actually go and like sit and eat at the diner in the show that they like all go to and sit at. So I think we're going to go get brekkie there one day.
And what else are we going to do?
We're going to go to Central Park.
And what else are we going to do?
We're going to go see the Statue of Liberty.
And what else are we going to do?
Oh, we are going to see a Broadway show.
Hamilton.
Gabe's wanted to see Hamilton for a really long time.
And Jess is like, American history.
No.
Meh.
No, I wasn't sure if I'd fully understand it, or like, I don't want to be roasted right now because I know how good Hamilton is. But there's like so many other shows that I've always wanted to see like before Hamilton. Like there's even like a Harry Potter one that I was like, should we go see the Harry Potter one?
I'm like, Jess, Hamilton is also available.
Yeah, so.
What else are we going to do?
Wait.
What?
I was still talking about Hamilton.
All right.
Anyways,
Hamilton.
now
Lewis Hamilton, Formula One.
Everything somehow loops back to Formula One.
Always.
Loops, if you know what I mean. Like the race.
Like a track.
Like a track, yeah,
Where
yeah.
Lap after lap, it comes back around.
Totally.
To Formula One. Wow.
Anyway, that's going to be a really fun trip. We just went with Micaiah the other day to get our real Christmas tree. We went to the same Christmas farm that we went to last year. And so I feel like that's our first Christmas tradition as a family. Like we've gone there 2 years in a row. I can't think of anything else. I'm sure this year it'll feel like we'll be creating more traditions.
Did we just skip what else we're doing in New York City?
Well, I'm not going to spoil everything. My parents watch the podcast.
Is this coming out before the trip?
Yeah. But they know a lot of what we're doing. I think they probably know all of it, but.
So then what the heck?
Well, it's written down on my phone. I'd have to like look it up.
Top of the Rock.
Oh, yeah. We're going to go to Top of the Rock.
Levain cookies.
Levain. And my brother really wants to do Joe's Pizza, which.
Joe's Pizza.
Was in Spider-Man.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's like the last few things I was.
It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah. The subway.
Eat fresh.
Taxis.
Are you all right, bub?
Bro, I'm just trying to list off what we're doing in New York.
So.
Okay, but to be real, how great does it feel when you're in New York and you call a taxi and you're like, I know what I'm doing. You see the light on, you wave your hand down, you're like, I'm from here, basically.
That feels like a movie moment for me. I'm not going to lie.
New York City was a dream. Wish we never had to leave.
Wow, the podcast listeners really have an inside scoop.
Yeah.
I also I love reading New York novels. You know this about me. Like I love books set in New York. I also I love anything set in New York City. So
nice.
I kind of just feel like I'm a movie character when I go there.
Are you like a movie girly character, book girly?
Oh, I'm a main character. That's what it is.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jess lives that main character life.
Main character energy.
That's her. It's my wife.
Slay. Santa slays.
Santa slays. It's on your shirt, so.
This is a sweatshirt.
So far, so good.co. Okay. We got to reel this back in. We're all over the place right now. We went to a freaking Christmas tree farm. It was really cute. And this is the second year we've done it in a row. We're kind of looping back around to that part of the conversation. But it's really cute. We take Micaiah. She goes and touches all the different Christmas trees, and they sell like hot chocolate there and apple cider and all the, the Christmassy things. And
that itself feels like you're in a Hallmark Christmas movie. Like it is just a perfect little Christmas farm, and I'm excited to go there every single year. And oh my gosh, that's totally a movie novel moment, Hallmark movie moment when they're like, we're closing down the Christmas farm. And it's like the same farm that you've gone to for like 5 years, and you're like, what?
Not the Christmas farm that Johnny's been going to since he was a child.
Exactly.
Yeah, like Micaiah's 12, and then they close down the Christmas farm.
And she's like, what are we going to do?
Go to another Christmas farm.
Build our own.
That's it. Yeah. We're going to build our own farm.
No, it's like because they can't afford to keep it open anymore. So then Micaiah's going to like rally to get the whole town involved and like fundraise to keep the farm open.
Yeah, that's it.
That's how it's going to end.
I didn't know that you were a movie scriptwriter.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
It's my hobby.
That's actually pretty spot on.
Thank you.
That's hilarious. Someone from Hallmark watches this movie and like next year we see like, we're like, what?
And the character's called Micaiah.
Apparently, Hallmark movies are all like filmed in the summer.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because they have to get them ready for the end of the year. And it's like, they're all like in winter clothes, but they're like sweating.
I've never watched a full Hallmark Christmas movie, by the way.
I don't think I've ever watched a Hallmark Christmas movie.
On the way to Vegas, I tried to watch one. I put on the Hallmark channel and I
Are they so bad?
well, if anyone from Hallmark is watching this, no.
But since no one is from Hallmark watching,
I think it would be cozy, like putting it on the TV. Like
in the background when you don't have to pay attention
like
to
while you're baking,
man.
you know, like a Christmassy vibe in the house. But I think because I was like, also on a flight without Micaiah, I was like, what do I do with my time? So I don't think I felt like watching a Hallmark Christmas movie with my free time on the plane. Do you know what I mean?
That makes sense. That was a very polite way of saying, no, they're not good.
Well, I recently got my hair done and my hairdresser was like, Jess, you've never seen a Hallmark Christmas movie? Like, they're the best. You have to watch them. So I was like, okay.
I mean, I'm sure there's better ones than others.
I was probably watching at a bad time.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. You're watching like the, 2 p.m. runs when really you want that 7 p.m. slot.
Absolutely.
That's when they pull out the bangers. Yeah. So what else are we doing this Christmas season?
You tell me.
Oh, Jess has advent calendar planned for, can you explain this?
Yeah. So I wanted to create my own advent calendar for both Micaiah and for Gabe.
I thought it was just going to be for Micaiah, and then Jess goes, like, randomly, she goes, oh, by the way, I have one for you too. And I'm like, what?
You need to bring down your expectations for yours though. Like Micaiah's is much better than yours.
I'd hope so.
But it's a work in progress. I think it's going to be really cute.
Cool.
And I keep hinting at Gabe that I also want an advent calendar.
I'm working on it.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am,
Oh,
bruh.
yeah.
What the?
That's the best response to be like, I'm working on it. Because like,
You're working on it too.
yeah, but I know you're not working.
I am working. How do you know I'm not working on it?
I just know you're not.
I am.
December's in a couple days from when we're filming this.
Yeah, it's on Friday. December 1st is on Friday. Sue me.
So what'd you do? What are you working on?
Why would I tell you this? It's supposed to be a surprise. Bruh.
You're so funny.
Why? What? What's wrong?
We'll see.
She has zero faith in me. Are you freaking kidding
Well,
me?
I only told you a couple of days ago. Like, how are you going to be working on it already?
What do you mean how? I just start working on it.
This is the funniest conversation.
What are you freaking talking about?
What are you talking about?
Like if I told you on Friday, by the way, I have an advent calendar for you. Can you do one for me? Could you not have started working on it between Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and now Tuesday?
Okay, I need to just say, I didn't say, can you do one for me? I just said like, I want one.
Yeah, whatever. Same thing. Could you not start working it between Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday?
I guess, but I thought you would have just like forgotten about it.
She has no faith in me.
We'll see.
Wow.
Anyway, it's going to be such a fun month. I'm just really excited for the coziness. I'm excited that my family are going to be here for the second year in a row.
And our 7-year anniversary is on December 18th. And guess who already has freaking plans for that when your wife thinks that you can't freaking plan a thing because you're dumb.
You're projecting right now because I'm
offended.
Not said any of
I'm
that.
offended.
I haven't said any of that.
You said you haven't started planning.
Well, we haven't talked about our anniversary festival. So
Yeah, because it's a surprise. That's why you don't know about it. Just like the freaking advent calendar. Bruh.
You're so funny. You're really funny. Thank you. This was a good laugh.
No, I'm offended.
No.
No, I'm offended.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Next.
Merry Christmas to you.
What?
Merry Christmas.
That's sarcastic?
No.
Okay.
This was just a good little life update catch up.
I mean, other than me, you like roasting me about
I was
like
not roasting
forgetting about things that you wanted in our anniversary.
Okay, the anniversary thing you just brought up by yourself.
Yeah, but it's part of the same. It's in the same vein.
Oh, guys. What am I going to do with him?
What the frick am I going to do with you?
Love me. Feed me. Never leave me. Quote that, guys.
Garfield.
Oh, I was going to ask them, but that's all right.
Oh, whoops. Not Garfield. Put it in the comments what you think it is.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. And I hope you guys have a great December. We love you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. So far, so good, Jocko. Oh, and let's do life together.
Let's do life together.
And another day, another pod.
and all of those things that we forgot to
And
say.
peace out from Jess and Gabriel.
And we love you. Goodbye.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Season's greetings.
Season's greetings, everybody.
My hands are so cold.
Bro, that's why I have gloves on.